Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Spring Valley High School for the live stream of the boys varsity basketball game between the Cardinals of Spring Valley and the Wolves of Elmwood-Plum City. With me today again is Ron Cipriano of the Detroit Ciprianos.
Thanks for getting it right, Dan.
And I am Dan Stashik. Today, Elmwood-Plum City comes in with a 1-2 Dunstate-Croy Conference record, having lost 2 in a row. Their overall record is 3-4. Spring Valley comes in winning the last 3, and they are 1-2 in the conference and 6-2 overall. It shows up to be a good matchup between the two teams, crosstown rivals. What do you think about it, Ron?
Well, I definitely think that EPC is going to have a little advantage with their size. They've got some definite height, size, and length on their side. A lot of long, tall players out there. But the Cardinals have a good, patient game going, and we'll see who comes out on top tonight. It all depends on how crisp they're going to play offensively and how well they play defensively, obviously. So,
yeah, the Cards coming off a nice win last night against a tough Mondovi team. Mondovi didn't shoot the ball very well, got into foul trouble early, and Spring Valley took about a half, but they started to defeat that zone and scored a lot of easy buckets inside.
Yeah, they kind of spread them out a bit and took advantage of that. And Aaron Borgening led all scorers last night with 20 points and puts him at 902 for his career, which is a pretty good pace to be on. He's averaging about 16 points a game, and just an overall leader for the Cardinals. He's Mr. Everything out there.
Yeah,
handles the ball, passing, defense, everything. He just leads all categories for the Cardinals.
You bet, Ron. It's a nice captain to have on the floor. It's nice when the coach doesn't have to coach the entire game, and the players can coach themselves a little bit, be a leader on the floor, and help those young kids out. Speaking of young kids, Cardinals come in with two sophomores starting, Tyler Bowman and Connor Ducklow. Both have done very, very well on their starts. Tyler Bowman's come along the way ever since Game 2. He really has stepped up. I believe it was the Stanley Boyd game he played at Eau Claire Stout. University of Wisconsin Stout.
Yeah, he had a good game there. He's put some really good games together. I think one of his best games was probably the one down in Durand. Just without him, I think they would have totally been out of the game. They ended up losing the game, but he really played well in that one.
All right, we'll be back in a little bit. We'll have the national anthem and the starting lineups before the tip-off. Well done, national anthem by the Spring Valley Band. The Elmwood-Plum City Wolves starting lineup: Jackson Glompy, senior; Zach Phillips, senior; Basil Gillis, junior; Austin Bartz, junior; Tyler Bauer, junior. Head coach Mark Fredrickson, assisted by Kyle Webb, Brent Hayes, Tony Holt, athletic trainer Justin Nelson. Spring Valley starters: Trevor Stengel, number 2, senior; Michael Bauer, number 11, junior; Aaron Borgeting, senior; Tyler Bowman, sophomore; and Connor Ducklow, a sophomore. We are ready for tip-off. Head coach of Spring Valley Cardinals, Rob Bossard, assisted by Matt Ducklow, Sean Borgeting, and Eric Gregg. And here we go. Tip-off controlled by the Wolves. Bauer to Bartz. Bartz up top, hounded by Ducklow. Almost gave it away. Phillips to Glompy. Glompy baseline drive. And we have a traveling violation on the Wolves. Good defense by number 10, Aaron Borgeting, on the baseline. Glompy had nowhere to go. Borgeting brings it up for the Cardinals. Guarded by Bauer. Over to Tyler Bowman. Swing to Connor Ducklow. Head fake with the left. And finishes with the left. Connor Ducklow for 2. Nice dribble drive for the big guy.
Yeah, nice touch in there. Just kind of finger rolled it up there.
Glompy inside. Gillis with the left. Rebound and putback is good for Tyler Bauer. 2-2 tie. 17 minutes to go in the half. Bowman up top, Stengel. Spring Valley did a nice job in the second half against Mondovia, controlling the basketball, taking care of it. No turnovers. 3-pointer by Borgeting from the corner. Air ball. Rebound Wolves. Bauer brings the ball up the floor. Attacks with the left. Stays in the corner. Zach Phillips. And a foul.
A little bit of contact there by Michael Bauer, jockeying for position. Got him with the body a little bit.
The Wolves inbound. And a nice pass. And underneath, Zach Phillips finishes. 4-2, Elmwood-Plum City. Borgeting brings the ball up. Hesitation dribble out top with a nice left-handed layup. A little too easy for Spring Valley to get in the lane like that. Glompy dribble drive left on Stengel. Floater, no good. Gets his own rebound. Really nice pass underneath, and a rebound by Stengel. Cardinals look to push. Foul in the open court. Looks like early indication Tyler Bauer.
Yes, sir. Just didn't give Ducklow enough room to get down after he caught that pass, and got whistled for the contact.
Inbound to Borgeting. 4-4 tie. Swing pass over to Bowman. Left wing. Gives it into Ducklow in the post. Couldn't finish. Kind of got knocked off the block there, Ron.
Yeah.
Bauer pushing. And from behind, stolen by Aaron Borgeting. Nice heads-up play. Bowman brings the ball up the middle of the floor. Nobody challenges. Euro step, no good with the right hand. And he compounds it with a foul.
First foul on Tyler Bowman, second team foul for the Cardinals.
That's a tough one, Ron. You missed that layup, and then you compound it by the second foul. Bauer picks up his dribble up top. He's dead. Gives it up. Austin Bartz with a drive and a foul. Elmwood-Plum City takes the ball underneath the baseline.
Connor Ducklow's first foul of the game, third team foul for the Cardinals.
Ball's into Glompy out in the left wing. Stengel guarding. Swing pass to Bauer. Bauer dribble drive left. It's hard. You can't pick up that dribble up top. Glompy on the right wing now. Elmwood-Plum City being real patient with their offense and almost turned it over. Mike Bauer there to deflect the pass out of bounds.
Yep, just stuck his hand in there and knocked it out of there. Good defense.
Wolves take it inbounds underneath. Gets on the floor. Very nice job getting on the floor, going after the ball. Up front to Connor Ducklow with the lay-in. Great pass by Aaron Borgerding up to Connor Ducklow. Caught the Wolves sleeping. Bauer up top. Screen and roll. Good look inside. Turned it over again.
Borgerding's pushing up the
push
floor.
up the middle. Stengel thought about it. Bauer will do it. Just off the mark. And a nice heads-up play by Bauer to throw it off of Tyler Bowman's leg and out of bounds. Into the game for the Cardinals, Colton Cottville, his first action of the game. Six to 4, Spring Valley with just over 14 minutes to go in the first half. Swing pass to Glompy. Glompy with the ball out top. Stengel guarding him. Gillis, spin move on Borgerding. Nice shot.
Ooh, nice touch there.
That's great defense. He shot over the top of him and made a great shot.
Gillis is the leading scorer for the Wolves. Averages just under 12 points a game.
Well, you can see why, Ron.
Get a nice touch there.
Swing pass. 3 by Ducklow. Short. Rebound Wolves. Gillis up to Bauer. Bauer bringing the ball left side. Pull up and short. Indications of foul on the Wolves. It will be Spring Valley ball. Caleb Olson comes in for Spring Valley, replaces Connor Ducklow.
Fouls on Glompy for the Wolves. That's his first and team's second.
6-6 tie. 13:30 left in the first half. And a turnover by Spring Valley. Bad pass entry into the post. Gillis with the ball. Phillips makes the pass back to Gillis. Gillis, right-handed dribble drive. Back to Glompy. Glompy thought about it. He goes to the right baseline. Puts it up short. Good defense by Stengel. That's hard. Hard length on Stengel's part. 6'4". It's tough to shoot over the top. Borgerding up top. Stengel, nobody on him, shoots the 3. And we stay with Spring Valley underneath. Checking in is Charlie Meyer, sophomore, replacing a sophomore, Tyler Bowman. Elmwood-Plum City has yet to go to their bench. Still the same 5 starters. Borgerding almost double teamed in the corner. He's going to post up. Little baby hook with the right and good. Just very patient, Ron.
Yep.
Almost picked off by the Cardinals. Bauer up top. Swing to Glompy. Glompy waiting for the cutters to cut through the lane. And we have an over and back violation. There we go. Subs in the game for Elmwood-Plum City.
Number 10, Dane Whipple. Number 21, Eli Ganslochner. And number 22, Luke Webb, all checking in for the Wolves.
Great job with that second name, Ron. That's a tough one.
That is a tough one. That's all right. We'll get it.
Once again, we apologize if we do pronounce anybody's name wrong. Stengel out top to Borgerding. Borgerding with the dribble drive, jump stop with the left. Caleb Olson trying to keep it alive, and they do. Spring Valley basketball. You know, Caleb Olson's really active on the boards. He was for the last 2 games.
He just gets in there and scraps inside. He finds the openings, and he gets there.
Olson from the free throw line. No good. 8-6 Spring Valley. Wolves bring the ball up. 21 Gansluckner to Bart. And we stay with the Wolves ball.
Cade Hannock checking in for the Cardinals, replacing Colton Cottville.
Hannock, I thought, had a nice game last night against Mondovi. 10 Whipple with the ball, up top to 22, Luke Webb. Wing the ball. Bauer with the ball at top. Luke Webb, swing. Gansleckner with a shot, missed. Rebound, no good. And a third putback. And we have a timeout on the court. Spring Valley calls timeout, 30-second timeout. I think Coach Bosshart's a little upset with that offensive rebounding.
Yep. Yeah, it was Austin Bartz on the rebound for the Wolves there.
Ron, you know better than anybody else. If you don't put a body on somebody underneath, they will out-rebound you all day.
And they are getting after it. I mean, Elmwood's crashing the boards in there.
You talked about that size to start the game, and there it was right there. Took over.
Well, Luke Webb's in the game for the Wolves, and he's 6'5", and his wingspan is incredibly long. I think he's still growing as a sophomore, and I'm sure he'll give some of our players some fits tonight, but all you got to do is just get a body on him, move him back, and let him come over your back and get called for the foul. And Cardinals are going to have to do that, and I'm sure that's the message that Coach Bosshart sent to the team in the huddle there.
Wolves put on a little full court pressure here to start after the timeout. Aaron Borgadine spreads it out, brings it up himself. Up top, kind of directs traffic. He's got on the right wing. Hand off to Stengel. Almost turned the ball over. Hannick with the ball. Bounce pass to Olsen and turned the ball over. Luke Webb with the ball. Three, no good. Hannick with the rebound. Up to Borgadine. Valley looks to push. Olsen double teamed in the post. Swing pass, Borgadine. A little around the back. Hesitation, short. Rebound, Webb. Gansleckner with the ball, right wing. Thought about going to the lane, wasn't there. Right in Carson throws the ball away. And we have an over back. Second violation by the Wolves on that over and back violation. Mike Bauer into the game for Cade Hannick. And number 24, Tyler Bauer in for the Wolves. Trevor Stengel out top. Almost gets it stolen. Aaron Borgadine, nice hesitation move, goes up, blocked. Bauer with the ball left wing, swing pass. One more. Olsen on the right wing. Charlie Meyer posting up hard. Borgadine in the corner. Skip pass, Stengel for three. And a push violation on Spring Valley. Should be on Charlie Meyer.
There. Just got that hand in the back going for that rebound.
It's very rare Ryan Stengel misses an open three like that. Nobody guarding him. 8-8, tie ball game, under 10 minutes to go in the first half. And a foul on Spring Valley.
Just a little bit of contact there with Borgadine and Webb. Not much, but I guess enough.
Wolves take the ball inbounds
team foul
underneath their own basket. Bauer to Webb. Webb trying to get to Carson, picks up his dribble. Carson has it up top to Bauer. Bauer dribble drive. Whipple. Webb in the corner. Carson with the ball. Dribble stays in the corner. Bauer head fake. Wolves being very patient on offense. Dribble drive baseline. Bauer hesitation, and we have a foul.
I think they're going to get Caleb Olsen there.
Two subs, three subs in. Glompy back in for the Wolves. Bauer and Tyler Bobin in for the Cardinals.
That last foul is going to put the Wolves in the bonus for the rest of the first half.
And we still have 9 minutes to go, Ron. Dribble drive. Kick out to Bauer. And his three is good. The Wolves take the lead 11-8, first lead of the ball game. Seems like they stepped up the defensive pressure as well. Bowman, right wing. Swing pass to Bauer on the cut. Bowman hesitates. Stengel on the right wing. Kind of standing around right now. Bauer has it on the right wing. Swing pass to Logan Dykus. Bowman with the dribble drive up the middle and scores. Tyler Bowman with a nice move. About a 4-footer. Picked up his dribble and nice little baby shot. Gillis dribble drive. Nowhere to go. Webb with it. Back into Gillis. And a nice pass to Bauer, and he blows the layup. And he gets whistled for the offense or for the foul after he misses the shot. That's tough. The same thing happened down here to Tyler Bowman. Missed the shot, picked up the foul.
That's Bauer's second foul for the Wolves.
Into the game for the Cardinals, Colton Kottful replacing Trevor Stengel. Elmwood-Plum City returns 2 players, Zach Phillips and Gillis. Cardinals inbounds. Again, full court pressure by the Wolves. Borgarding. And he does draw the foul. He stuck with it.
He did. He was driving and driving. And
I think he pulled out all the stops on the block, all the tricks, and finally got one to go.
Got the second foul on Jason Glompy for the game, the 4th team foul for the Wolves.
First free throw is good.
Borgarding ties the game with that free throw.
23, Austin Bart's in.
His
replaces Glompy. Borgarding for his second free throw. And just long. We have a tie ball game once again, 11-11.
7:44 left in the half.
Jump shot from the top, just off the glass. Rebound. Whipple with the miss. Spring Valley with the rebound. Bauer brings it up left side to Kottful in the corner. Dykus working hard in the post to try to get open. Bowman on the dribble drive to Bauer. Oh, great spin move, drop step, and misses. Kottful returns, misses. And again, it scores. Very persistent, Colton Kottful scores on his 3rd attempt.
I think he's just padding his rebounding stats there, Dan.
I hear you, Ron. Most of us like to do that.
Well, yeah.
Gansluckner with the ball up top, picks up his dribble. Whipple to Phillips. And we have a travel out top. Into the game for the Cardinals, Connor Ducklow replacing Logan Dykus. Logan did a great job in the post there on the offensive end and defensive end.
He's definitely using his body, moving people around out there.
He's a big kid.
Yep.
Borgarding brings it up to Kottful, right wing. Ducklow posting. Bowman to Ducklow. Great move, left hand. It's a nice move. Just needs to finish. If he executes that, it's in.
He could have that move all night long probably if he wants, but he's got to be able to finish it, though.
3, no good. Ducklow with the rebound. Borgarding pushing. Out top to Kottful. Kottful dribbling right hand to the right side. Borgarding, 3-pointer from the right key. Book it. 3 for Borgarding, 16-11. Spring Valley out to a 5-point lead.
That's 8 points for Borgarding for the night.
Phillips with the ball at top, hounded by Bowman. Dribble drive right side, stopped. And we got whistle for a foul. Looked like all ball, Ron, but we're not down there on the floor, so we can't see exactly what happened. That's why they have the whistles and the stripes and we don't.
They've got the good seats. We're up in the bleachers.
Phillips makes the first free throw. Into the game is number 22, Luke Webb. Looks like we got Bauer coming in for the shooter.
That foul was on Connor Ducklow. That's his second of the half.
Second free throw on the way, and good. And Bauer replaces Phillips after Phillips makes those 2 free throws. 16-13, just under 6 minutes to go. Spring Valley with the 3-point lead. Full court pressure by the Wolves. And we have a push foul. Indication on the Wolves.
That's going to go on Tyler Bauer. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
That hurts the Wolves. Bauer looks like a good ball handler, nice player to have on the floor. Trevor Stengel into the game for the Cardinals, and number 15, Basil Gillis, in for the Wolves. Borgerding controlling it out top for the Cardinals. Dribble drive, crossover, pull-up jump shot from from 12 feet, no good. Whipple gets it up the floor. Nice pass to Bartz, who finishes it. And a timeout, Spring Valley. 16-15, Spring Valley with a 1-point lead, 5 minutes, 24 seconds to go. Once again, I don't think that that Coach Bossart is very happy with his team right now, allowing that easy pass, easy bucket.
Yep, it's just a couple of quick passes for Elmwood getting up the floor, and somebody wide open right under the bucket there. Bart's got an easy bucket, cutting the lead to 16-15 here. Well, we got a break in the action. We got to give a shout-out to Dave and Irma Borgerding, who are proud grandparents of Aaron Borgerding. They're watching out on the live stream from chilly Minnesota tonight. I'm sure they're cheering, and Aaron's parents tell them to make sure they got plenty of oxygen in the tank for Dave.
Well, thanks for listening, Dave and Irma. Shout out to you guys. We'll have more shout outs later in the evening as the game gets going. And we welcome everybody to the telecast that's watching or listening. Feel free, if you don't like Ron and I talking, just turn the volume down and you won't have to hear us. But let me tell you, if you keep listening, everything Ron says is the truth. So it is Detroit Cipriano, so you got to remember that. We will have the Cardinals bring the ball in against some pressure after the second timeout by Spring Valley. Borgerding looks like it'll be a trap right at about three-quarter court. Gets the middle to Bauer. Bauer up floor to Caleb Olson. Olson back to Borgerding. No pressure out top, really. Caleb Olson dribbling against a little bit of pressure. Gillis on him. Bauer, right-hand dribble, top of key to Stengel. Stengel for three. Got it. Trevor Stengel for three. Nice little fade cut. 19-15 Spring Valley. Wolves look to push. No good on Webb's layup attempt. And we have another turnover. Whipple with the steal. Foul. Looks like it's going to be on Bowman.
It is. That's his second of the half.
Foul trouble starting to creep in on the Cardinals right now.
8th team foul for the Cardinals with 4:30 left in the half.
Zach Phillips checks in for Gillis for the Wolves. Charlie Meyer checks in for Bowman after picking up his second.
I'll tell you, Dan, if the Cardinals can get Trevor Stengel on hitting from three-point range tonight, that'd be a big help for them. It'll lengthen out the defense a bit.
Tough to beat when he's on.
Yep.
Whipple hits the first free throw. And for a reward, he gets that bonus free throw. Second one on the way. And he's short. Borgerding with a rebound. 19-16 Cardinals as they push. Olson with the ball to Borgerding. Borgerding crossover dribble up top. Makes a nice little crossover move again. Swing pass to the corner. Olson on the left side. Cut by Charlie Meyer in the middle. No dice. Borgerding out top. Dribble drive. Nice left-handed layup again. It's almost like he practices that every day, Ron.
I think so. That's his 10th point of the game.
Whipple, dribble drive on Bauer. Nice move by number 10, Dane Whipple, he's a sophomore. It's a nice move with the right hand. 21-18 Spring Valley. Stengel with the ball out top, not being closely guarded by Webb at all. Swing pass to Olson. Olson for three, no good. Webb with the rebound. Pushes it up, Whipple has the ball. Webb against Olson. Stengel out. Bartz to Gansluckner, sorry. Webb, left-handed dribble drive on Olson. Pull-up jump shot. And we have a held ball. Great defense by Caleb Olson on Webb.
Olson did a good job getting his hand up on that. Tying him up.
You bet. Glompy and Gillis back in the game for the Wolves. Number 20, Ryden Carson in as well. Stengel with the ball. A rare opportunity to bring it up for the Cardinals. Borgerding right side with the ball. Screen and roll with Olson. Olson pick and pop. Bauer with the ball left side. Olson on the cut to Stengel. Charlie Meyer head fake. Ball fake. Looking inside to Borgerding. Nothing there. Backdoor cut. Tough pass. And a turnover by Spring Valley. I think he had to wait just a half second longer, Ron, and I think Charlie Meyer would have been open.
Well, that window was open ever so slightly.
Sixth turnover by Spring Valley in the first half. 2:40 to go. 21-18 Spring Valley. Webb for three from the right corner. No good. Stengel with the rebound. To Borgerding on the push. And a soft touch right hand on in transition. Aaron Borgerding. 23-18 Spring Valley. Webb with the ball to Gillis. Gillis left side with his left hand. Head fake. We have a travel call. Yeah, he cut one too many head fakes, got himself in trouble.
Yeah. I think he was looking to draw a foul there, Dan, but moved the feet a little too much before that.
Yeah, you can't fault him for trying.
Yep.
Meyer to Stengel. Stengel patient, way out on the right wing. Olson up top. Swing pass to Borgerding up top. Dribble drive. No good.
A lot of contact there, but
little
no
contact,
foul.
no foul. Let him play. Dribble drive. Gillis on the miss. And we will stay here with the Wolves ball. Wolves take the ball underneath their basket. Into Gillis. Gillis posting up on Aaron Borgerding. Good defense. Held his ground. And Spring Valley ball. Great job by Borgerding holding his ground, keeping his arms straight up in his body in a nice, strong position. Forced a tough shot.
There's a lot of traffic going on down there that anything could have happened, but you're right. Borgerding just kept those arms straight up. Good defense on EPC's leading scorer.
Borgerding dribble drive to Hannock. Hannock, one extra dribble. Webb, and lays it in. Luke Webb for two on the transition after the turnover.
It's 5 points for Webb off the bench. He's their leading scorer of the half.
23-20, Spring Valley. And a charge.
Aaron Borgerding got called for the charge on that one. It's his second foul of the half. 9th team foul for the Cardinals with 1:08 left. Valley's clinging to a 3-point lead, 23-20.
Wolves bring the ball up. Carson to Webb. Webb dribble drive right side. Blocking foul. That'll be the 10th team foul, I believe, on Spring Valley.
Yep, Caleb Olson. Oh, and a technical foul also.
Aaron Boarding, it looks like he picked up a technical foul after the play had ended. Must have been something that was said. Not sure, but we'll just leave it at that. And we have Webb shooting free throws. Webb misses the first free throw. He's got one more. And the second one's good. Getting the officials trying to get this right. Whipple into the game, replacing Carson. And Whipple will shoot the technical free throws. Whipple drains the first one. 23-22. Spring Valley. Whipple, second one on the way. And the second one's good. 23-23, tie ball game once again. Probably our 6th or 7th tie of the ball game so far this first half. Just under a minute to go, and the Wolves get the ball back. That's 3 points and the ball back.
And they have been charging here, Dan. They have been coming right at the Cardinals.
Out of bounds, turnover by the Wolves. Spring Valley ball. Pressure once again by the Wolves. Kotfel brings it up. Lets everything clear, and he's good. Charlie Meyer, number 13 for Spring Valley, has it on the left side to Stengel. Stengel, swing pass. Got Kotfel in the corner. Kotfel, head fake. Dribble drive, pull-up jump shot. Just off the rim. Gets his own rebound, and he's fouled. Kotfel must have 4 or 5 rebounds just on his own rebound or own shot and rebound and putback.
That falls on Webb. That's his first. Team 6 for the Wolves.
Kotfel shooting 2. No good on the first one. Into the game for the Wolves, Carson replacing Webb, Luke Webb. One more free throw here for Colton Kotfel. And the second one's good. Cardinals take the lead 24-23, 30 seconds to go. Gansluckner up top. Carson with the ball on the right side. Picks up his dribble. Gansluckner with it. Good dribble drive, good fake, and good. 25-24 and a nice spin dribble move. Pressure and a turnover. And loses the ball. Stays here with Elmwood-Plum City ball underneath the basket. 4.1 seconds to go in the half. Luke Webb back into the game for the Wolves. Replacing Bartz. You got to imagine here, Ron, they're bringing Webb in for that length for this inbound play.
Absolutely.
Pull-up jump shot, and good. Basket counts at half by Luke Webb on a nice pull-up jump shot from the right side. Score is 27-24, Elmwood-Plum City. They went on a long run there, Ron. I couldn't tell you what it was, but it was probably about a 10-2 run in the final minutes of the half.
I think so, Dan. I think, and a lot of that had to go right through Luke Webb. He finished the half leading the Wolves with 8 points, and I think probably most of those last 10 points they scored came off his hands. Other than some free throws by Whipple, I think Webb had 6 of the last 10 points they had in that half, Dan. He's tough. He's long and hard to guard.
Yeah, they put some pressure on that full court press on about 5 minutes left in the half, and it kind of turned the tide in their favor. Spring Valley has to come out here in the second half and limit their turnovers. They had 7 in the first half, which is 4 less than last night's game, which is good. But if they can hold it under 7 turnovers for the next half, they should be okay. Elmwood-Plum City had 9 turnovers in the half, but they still have the lead, 27-24. So just a credit to their pressure at the end of that half to kind of create a little bit of space in the score.
Like I said, Dan, Webb's leading the Wolves with 8 points. Whipple's got 5. Then we've got Zach Phillips and Austin Bartz with 4 points each. Basil Gillis, their leading scorer, who's 6th in the conference in scoring, is limited to just 2 right now. Cardinals do a good job of shutting down the leading scorers of the other teams. They shut down
Schultz
last night, held him to just 2 points. He's the leading scorer in the conference, averaging 18.5 points a game, and they shut him right down to 2 points. Doing the same thing with Gillis tonight, but they got to make sure that they're shutting down the other players as well.
Yeah, Webb's real active, 6'5", like you said earlier, and we don't have anybody that can really defend hard against that. And especially if he's active like that, makes shots, pull up jump shots over the top of good defense, that's hard to defend.
Yeah, you can tell he's not just in the post. I mean, he hit a 3-pointer out there. He's got that 7-8 foot floater, turnaround jumper in the key there, and that's so hard to defend, Dan.
Definitely. So we have 8 minutes to go here till the end of halftime. A shout out to my parents who are living in South Carolina right now listening to this telecast. So hi, Mom and Dad. And a shout out to my brothers. I believe my brothers are listening from Fort Worth, Texas, and Fishers, Indiana, and the great city of Chicago, Illinois.
Your hometown there, Dan.
So shout out to my brothers and their families. Love you guys.
Leading the way for the Cardinals, Borgening's got 12 points, followed by Connor Ducklow with 4. Trevor Stangel's got 3. Colton Cottville's got 3. And Tyler Bowman's got 2. Not too much else going for the Cardinals. They had a number of fouls. 4 players have 2 fouls with Borgening, Bowman, Caleb Olson, and Connor Ducklow all have 2 fouls going into the second half. For the Wolves, Bauer has 3 fouls going into the second half. Glompy has 2, and those are 2 of their starters right there.
Yep, so let's talk about this a little bit, Ron. In the last 3 home games Spring Valley's had, they've really started off kind of slow, and I see the same trend happening tonight. And they are a team so far this year in the 10 games they've played, or 9 games they've played. They have traditionally been only a one-half team, so they've played not so good in a half or kind of slow and didn't score many points. And then just like last night, they came out and kind of tore it up in the second half, did really well. So I'm going to say credit to the coach to making adjustments for the players to be successful.
Well, I think it's definitely those halftime adjustments, and you get a lot of that just with that veteran experience from Rob Bossard. He'll have the kids adjust what they're doing, see what they need to fix, and he'll have them come out. I think from any coach's standpoint, you'd much rather have your team play stronger in the second half than the first.
You bet.
Going into if he's not happy with the way they played in the first half, they're down by 3 points, and certainly could be anybody's game yet, but knowing Rob Bossard, I'm sure he's helping those boys know what their adjustments are, what their roles are out there for the second half, and should be an interesting half of basketball coming up here, Dan.
I hear you. I'd like to see a nice game, nice close game, or a nice good game, and so far it's been a nice game. Elmwood-Plum City Wolves come out here with just under 6 minutes to go for shooting around. That tells me that Coach Fredrickson is pretty happy with the way his players are playing. They're sticking to the game plan. Looks like they want to push the ball a little bit if they can. You'll probably see that full court press to maybe even start the second half. Maybe they'll put it on later, depending on how the second half goes. But it looks like he's happy with the way they're playing. The one thing Elmwood-Plum City has going for them is they're out-hustling Spring Valley at this point.
They are, Dan. They're getting to a lot of those loose balls that Cardinals are used to getting to, and they're just not getting to them tonight.
Maybe it's that length you were talking about.
Could very well be. Of course, this is the third game of the week for the Cardinals, too, and they're coming off a game last night. But I believe EPC played last night as well. So, both teams are going to be tired, but that's just part of the season. You're getting into the heart of it right here, and they're going to have to fight through that and rest up while they can, but they got to get ready to go here.
Yeah, you bet, you bet. We got 4 minutes to go at half. We're going to take a small break for station identification. We'll be back with you shortly. All right, and we're back. Just under a minute to go at halftime here. Getting ready to start the second half. Looks like the Wolves will get the ball to start the second half. We'll tell you who's on the floor for each team as soon as they come out of the huddle. And we're ready for some action. Wolves lead 27-24 here in Spring Valley. Once again, like Ron said, this is the third game for Spring Valley this week. I'm sure they'd be really extremely happy no matter how good or bad they finish the game. As long as they win, they'd be pretty happy with a 3-0 record at home this week.
Well, and it would make them 2-2 in the conference as well, kind of give them a leg up on some of the other teams. EPC comes into the game with a 1-2 conference mark. Mondovi had a 1-2 conference mark coming into the game last night. So,
yeah, definitely solidified them in the middle of the pack of the conference and prepare for that end of the season run.
Right now I believe Durant sits on top of the conference undefeated. And that game the Cardinals played against Durant, I think they felt like they really let that get away from them in that first half, giving up so many points, and they battled, and I think they feel like they got just as much shot as anybody else in the conference. But
you bet.
It's going to be a tough battle all the way through. So
Center court, Wolves bring the ball in, and here we go, starting the second half. Game starters for both teams. Bauer dribble drive on Ducklow, no call. Rebound by Bauer, great pass underneath to 23, Austin Bartz for the lay-in, 29-24, Wolves. That's just a nice look by Bauer. Alley-oop pass to Borden with a great heads-up play. Stengel for three, short. Gillis brings the ball up on down the left side of the floor. Guarded by Stengel. Swing pass to Phillips. Phillips to Bartz. Bartz dribble drive right. Hand off to Bauer. And a turnover. To Ducklow, and good. Great dish by Bauer. Connor Ducklow with the finish. 29-26.
That's his 6th point of the game, Dan.
It's just a nice job filling the lane on that 2-on-2. Bartz to Phillips. Double team in the corner, trying not to let him out. And we have a block.
Oh.
Oh, he called it on
Mike Bauer.
Mike
That's
Bauer.
His 2nd of the game. Team
What
first.
were you
of the
thinking
half.
there, Ron? It looked like he was going to indicate Borgarding, but Spring Valley's fortunate they didn't.
Yep.
Bowman tried to get the quick steal on Bauer. Bart's drive, nothing there. Hits the back of the backboard, and it's a violation. Turnover. 2 turnovers to start the half for the Wolves. And here's that full court pressure we talked about at halftime. Left-handed half-court pass by Borgarding almost gets stolen, and Valley gets it up into their backcourt.
It's a good thing he's a quarterback.
Misses the left-handed shot. Here comes Phillips. Phillips dribbling right side, crosses over, picks up his dribble at the top. Bart's with it on the right side. Inside to Gillis. Gillis skip pass stolen by Ducklow. Euro step and a foul. Ducklow shooting 2, a really nice move on the Euro step on the right side of the floor. Foul is on Bartz, his first. Ducklow, first free throw. No good off the back iron. Host of Wolves players coming in. Webb coming back in. Whipple coming back in. And Gansluckner back in. Ducklow ready for his second. And it's good. 29-27. The Wolves have the lead. Gansluckner up top. Bartz, nearly a travel. Phillips picks up his dribble again. That's a tough spot to be. Backdoor cut by Webb. Whipple up top. Bauer guarding him. Picks up his dribble. Gansluckner to Webb. Webb up top. Dribble drive on Ducklow. Phillips. Bowman hounding Phillips. Webb left side to Whipple. Wolves just running a little handoff screen and roll. Phillips no good on the 3. Ducklow bringing the ball up. To Borgarding, left wing. Ducklow right back to him from the corner, no good. Borgarding the offensive rebound and put back. Tie ball game, 29-29. 15 minutes to go. And a timeout by Elmwood-Plum City. 14:53 to go in the second half.
The Cardinals have definitely stepped up the ball pressure in the second half. They're trying to push the ball up as far away from the basket as they can, putting that pressure on their guards right all the way up on the perimeter and making them run their offense from farther away from the basket than they really want to, I'm sure.
Yeah, it definitely creates headaches if you have to start your offense, at half court basically, and try to get balls into the wings, and you can't get into your post player Webb when you want or even Gillis.
Yeah,
it's a tough thing to go against. If Spring Valley continues this pressure, Elmwood-Plum City's going to have a hard time running their offense. Wolves bring the ball in just in front of their bench to Whipple. Whipple at midline. Gansluckner swing pass to Phillips. Bowman again right up in Phillips' face. Nowhere to go. Picks up his dribble again. That's a tough place to pick it up. Ducklow on Webb in the corner. And we have a deflection out of bounds by Mike Bauer. Jackson Glompy back in the game for Phillips. Inbounds underneath the basket and throws it out of bounds. Spring Valley basketball. Third turnover of the second half for the Wolves. And we're seeing that full court pressure once again. It's a little 1-2-2 pressure defense. Gets it to the middle. Bauer on the attack. 3-on-2. Bauer to Ducklow and misses the layup. And a jump ball goes to the Cardinals. Boy, I bet you Connor would love to have that one back. He just off the wrong angle of the backboard. Tough one.
Yep. Those are definitely the ones you got to have in a tight game like this. You don't want to give up anything that you shouldn't.
You bet. Great pass. Great look. Borgany up top. Guarded by Bartz. Stengel. Fade to the corner. Looked like he was going to shoot it. Wasn't there. He's going to shoot it now. And it's good. Stengel again. You talked about it, Ron. We're hoping Stengel gets hot. Webb to the dribble drive. Missed the layup. 32-29, Spring Valley. Borgany with the ball. Left wing. Dribble drive with the left hand. Hesitation. Almost loses the ball. Bowman dribble drive. On tough shot over Glompy.
I don't know how he got that to go.
I don't know either, Ron. Tough one. Gansluckner to the basket and a foul.
Not sure who they're calling that foul on. On Bowman.
Foul's on Bowman.
That's his third. Team second. Awful lot of contact on that shot.
Gansluckner, first shot. No good. Caleb Olson into the game for Connor Ducklow. I'm sure Coach Bossart's talking to Connor Ducklow about maybe taking a charge on that last play instead of trying to go for the swap block.
He definitely went for the block on it, but it was Bowman that got called for the foul.
Zach Hartung into the game, replacing Austin Bartz. This is Zach's first action of tonight's game in the second half here. Olson with the rebound on the miss. 34-29 Spring Valley. They turned a 5-point deficit into a 5-point lead just like that. 10-point swing here to start the second half. Stengel with the ball on the right side. Fade, skip pass to Aaron Borgany. Borgany, nice cut to Bauer from the corner for three. Rebound, Gansluckner brings the ball up himself. Out top against Borgany. To Hartung. To Glompy with the left hand. Hartung for two. And it's wedged in between the backboard. Jump ball.
Stays with the Wolves here.
Into the game, Bauer for the Wolves and Charlie Meyer in for Tyler Bowman. I'm assuming that is because of the three fouls.
I believe so.
12:50 to go in the second half. Cardinals with a 5-point lead. Elmwood-Plum City takes the ball underneath their own basket. Glompy taking the ball to Hartung in the corner. To Whipple. Screen out top by Webb. Kind of a fake screen and dive. Right idea. Glompy dribble drive with the left hand. Jump shot over Bauer. Whipple misses the putback. And a foul on the putback. So Whipple will go to the line for two.
That's Mike Bauer's third foul, and the fouls are mounting up for the Cardinals.
Yeah, foul trouble is starting to creep in right now. We'll see how that works out later in the game. Whipple to shoot 2. And misses the first. Gillis into the game for Gallampi. I'm sure Elmwood-Plum City would like to get Gillis going here. Give him a few good minutes and give him the ball, see if he can create something. Second one missed by Whipple. Borgerding splits the double team. Another crossover to Olson, and he puts it in. Borgerding just broke down that press by himself with one little pass to Olson for the lay-in. 36-29 Spring Valley. Gillis, here's what we talked about. A little spin dribble and miss it. Couldn't get it to go. That's another great move by Gillis. It just could not get it to fall.
Boy, that's just not falling for him.
Mike Bauer, cross-court pass to Borgerding. Inside to Olson. This is a mismatch. And he misses the layup. Really nice baby hook and couldn't get it to go.
Definitely
had the
mismatch in there, though.
Bauer thought about the 3 in the corner, did not pull the trigger. 30-second timeout by the Wolves. Coach wants to drop a good play to get a score here. 11:47 to go in the second half.
Cardinals lead 36-29 here.
Shout out to the lovely, beautiful DJ Mandy Mayhem playing the music for tonight's Spring Valley boys basketball game. She'll be here all year. Does a great job with that music.
She certainly has a plethora of music to choose from, Dan.
Yes, she does. She practices at home, and we have to hear it for pregame. It's a wonderful time. Everybody's dancing in the kitchen. Come back to action here. Out of the timeout. Elmwood-Plum City has the ball in front of their bench once again. Let's see what Coach draws up. They have a diamond set, and the ball's entered in to Gillis. Gillis guarded by Olson. Cross-court pass to Whipple. Whipple directing traffic. Looks like they're being a little more methodical here. Get the ball into Webb at the high post. Webb short on the jumper, and another foul. On the ground, no shot. Foul is on Charlie Meyer.
That's Meyer's second.
Meyer's second of the game.
Team fourth of the second half here.
Wolves to Webb. Bauer on the right side, dribbles, backs it out, wants to get something started. To Hartung. Hartung to Whipple on the right side. Stengel, 6'4", guarding him. Whipple does not want to really shoot over the top of him. Again, inside to Gillis by himself with a double team. Nowhere to go, and Webb finishes it up. 36-31 Spring Valley. Webb, the benefit of double teaming Gillis for Elmwood-Plum City is Webb's going to be open on that backside rebound.
He just got around Stengel there on that rebound and was able to put in a little reverse there.
Stengel for 3. He got it. You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him, Ron.
That's a long way out for there to be any containment, Dan.
39-31, Spring Valley, 8-point lead. And a traveling violation by Bauer. He got in too deep and took one too many steps.
Looks like the Wolves are pulling the press off.
Bartz and Gallampi back in for Elmwood-Plum City. Borgerding, just like last night, not much in a hurry to get this ball up the court. They want to waste a little bit of time. They have a 8-point lead with 10 to go. And Gallampi with the steal. And swatted away by Dykus. I'm going to give that one to Webb.
I think so.
On the tip. We'll give that one to Webb on the tip. 39-33 Spring Valley. And almost turned the ball over there as well. Looks like the Wolves have picked up a little bit of their half-court pressure.
Webb's got 12 points for the Wolves now.
Really active on those offensive boards. That causes problems this year, Spring Valley. Pick and pop, top of the key. Logan Dykus with it. Dribble drive to Stengel. 3 ball. And again, dare I say, en fuego.
That's the fourth three-pointer for Stengel. He's got
Bartz with the move on Borgerding. No good. Gillis with the rebound. Webb dribble drive. And a hook shot for Webb. Good. 42-35. Spring Valley. It's amazing how both teams get in the flow of the game and points start to fall. Borgerding, nice dribble drive. Wow. Circus shot with the left hand. That's a tough move. Whipple with the ball to Gillis. And a charge. Caleb Olson held his ground. Gillis couldn't stop himself, and a charge call.
That's Gillis's first for the Wolves.
Whatever Spring Valley is doing, they really have Gillis out of his game. 44-35, 9-point lead for Valley in the second half with 9 minutes to go. Charlie Meyer on the right side, guarded by Whipple. Logan Dykus with it. Skip pass over to Olson. Olson hesitates inside to Borgerding in the post. Double team. And a reach and foul. Looks like it's going to be on Whipple. And it is.
His first of the game. Third team foul for the Wolves in the second half with 8:50 left.
Connor Ducklow into the game for Caleb Olson. Olson did a great job defensively that few minutes he gave. Spring Valley inbounds it underneath their own basket. Ducklow in the corner. Ducklow, swing pass, Logan Dykus to Stengel. Gillis is now guarding Stengel, making sure he doesn't get another shot off. Ducklow with the dribble drive. Dykus, jump stop, and a foul. Dykus turned and saw that there was nobody in front of him and decided, I'm going to pull up and hit this jump shot, but got fouled.
Drew the third foul on Jackson Klompy for the game.
Logan Dykus, first free throw on the way. Short. Into the game for the Wolves. Zach Phillips replacing Jackson Klompy. Logan Dykus, if he can make this, it'll extend the lead to 10 points, and you'd rather have that double-digit lead over anything. Second one on the way. Oh, basket will not count. He did step over the line on the free throw. No good for the second one. Violation. 44-35 Spring Valley with 8:30 to go in the second half. Against Luckner, foul by Logan Dykus. So we have the violation, then compound the mistake with a foul way out top.
His first, team fifth in the second half.
Can't fault the aggressiveness, but sometimes you got to hang back a little bit, especially if they're that far out. Gillis with the ball. Spin move against Ducklow, and he scores. And there's that full court press again. Borgerding content with dribbling it up slowly and across the 10-second line. Borgerding, a nice dribble drive with the left on the miss. Logan Dykus looked like he had the rebound. He didn't get it. Phillips comes up with it for the Wolves. Picks up his dribble. Swing pass, Gillis. No good for the bucket, and we got Bartz and Ducklow tie it up. Spring Valley ball.
It's like Luke Webb checking back in.
Yeah, into the game.
Kate Hannick checking in for the Cardinals.
I was wondering when they were going to bring him in.
Yep. Phillips off for the Wolves, and Charlie Meyer and Logan Dykus out for the Cardinals.
Ball's in for Spring Valley here against the full court press of Elmwood. Plum City. Connor Ducklow brings the ball up for Spring Valley. He's going to take it right in for a layup, unchallenged.
Little bit of breakdown on the Wolves there, Dan.
That does happen sometimes in the full court situation if nobody gets back. Webb for three, good. Wow. Webb for three from the right wing, 46-40, Spring Valley. Olson, great job of protecting the basketball. Spring Valley gets it up the 10-second line. Hannick with the ball, picks up his dribble on the wing. He's in trouble. Ducklow. Swing pass to Borgerding. Ducklow from the free throw line, and it's good. Rolls, touched about every part of the rim and went down. 48-40, Spring Valley.
Ducklow's got 11 points on the night now.
Gillis, ball up top to Bartz. Bartz dribble drive left side, screen and roll to Gillis. And he puts it low, and Gillis throws it up, and a foul. We have a push foul on Bartz. It looks like his second run.
His second, team fifth for the Wolves. They're coming back into that full court press.
Bauer into the game and Bowman into the game for Spring Valley. We have a timeout on the floor.
UPC calls full timeout, trying to get things together a little bit there as the Cardinals have a 48-40 lead here with 6.5 left, Dan. I think they want to try and keep it from getting too much further, but I'm sure the Cardinals would love to extend it some here.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see what Elmwood-Plum City comes out with. Coach Fredrickson's done a nice job of kind of mixing up his players. Looks like they're trying to get the ball to Gillis on little spin drive moves, little post moves against Ducklow. Seems to be working, and then Webb hitting that three from the right wing. I mean, they're staying in the game, and if they hang in towards the last 3 minutes of the game, anything can happen.
I'll tell you, Dan, it's hard to see it with the live stream here. You only see one side of the gym, and there's a pretty good crowd on that side with the student section behind the bench. But on this side of the gym that you can't see with the live stream video, it's a pretty full set of bleachers here.
It is. Crosstown rivals, Elmwood and Plum City joined together, and they're going against this Spring Valley Cardinals ball club. It's always fun. When I coached girls varsity basketball, high school basketball, this Crosstown rival game was always a fun game between the two teams.
And, you always throw the records out because there's just a lot of rivalry here, a lot of county rivalry, I suppose.
You bet. Spring Valley breaks the full court press quite easily. Now they're looking to not turn the ball over, look inside, get a cut by Bowman. Swing out to Stengel. Stengel thinks about it, but no. Screen, roll. Spring Valley content on getting a nice shot here if they can. Swing pass to Borgerding on the left side. Ducklow head fake. Thought about it, not there. Stengel curls off of that screen. Inside to Borgerding. Oh, up and under move and blocked by Bartz. Whipple with the ball out top. It's a nice move, but a nice defensive play by Bartz. Bauer, and great defense, and forces a turnover here.
Looked like he got a hand on it, but he never did, and it just went right past Gillis.
Fifth turnover of the game, or of the second half for Elmwood-Plum City. Spring Valley only has 3 turnovers for the second half. We talked about that. If they can limit their turnovers to less than 7 for the half, they might be in good shape.
Similar to last night's game, Dan. I think they had 11 turnovers in the first half and 3 or 4 in the second half.
You limit your turnovers, you're going to have some chances. And speaking of chances, there it is again, Ryan Stengel. I think it's his 5th 3 maybe of the half.
I think you're thinking of his dad. That's Trevor Stengel.
And a traveling call on Gillis. You're probably right, Ron. I called a few kids the wrong name last night, and I did it there again. Must be that senile age getting in.
Well, I wouldn't know anything about that, Dan.
I'm pretty sure his dad, Ryan Stengel, would have hit that shot too.
I'm sure he hit lots of those shots. He was one of the 1,000-point scorers here for the Valley.
Yeah, we'll see him Monday. Trevor Stengel to Bauer, cutting across the lane, and stolen by Gillis. There's a turnover. 4th of the half. Bartz with the ball, right wing. They're trying to get, and it's going to be an offensive foul on Gillis, trying to get position on Bauer. 2-hand push in the post. Looks like Gillis is starting to get a little frustrated. Into the game, Phillips for Gillis, and Glompy back in for Bartz. 51-40, Spring Valley, 11-point lead with 4:50 to go. Full court press by the Wolves. Tough pass, great athletic play by Borgarding, and turnover. That's what the press does, Ron. Speeds the game up a little bit for a team, and they make passes they don't want to make.
Yeah, I'm sure those were a ill-advised pass there. There's no sense in pushing it like that up there when they don't have to.
Phillips with the ball on the wing. Webb inside. And taken away by Ducklow. Borgarding with the ball up top. Once again, probably not going to be, and then again I stand corrected. Takes the dribble drive to the left and misses that floater. Whipple to the basket. Bowman and Gansluckner with the tie-up. We have Wolves ball underneath the basket. Bart's back in the game for Gansluckner. Phillips windbound for the Wolves. Borgarding has him trapped in the corner. Bauer, great defensive play. Valley pushing to Bowman. Borgarding. Stengel. That's a heat check, Ron. That's a heat check.
Yep.
I think it's his first miss of the half. Glompy to Phillips in the corner. Phillips for three. Off the back iron. Great block out by Borgarding. To Stengel. Stengel to get across the 10-second line. Stengel's done a nice job of helping out, coming back and getting the ball against this press. Ducklow back to Bauer. And Bauer will be content to hang out there until Glompy comes to get him. Borgarding up top. Bart's on him. To Bauer. To Stengel. Bowman. Dribble drive, Euro step. Lays it in with the right hand. Tyler Bowman has learned to perfect that Euro step. He's got long arms, long legs. That'll get him to the basket quick. Webb with a nice finish.
I don't know how he got rid of that one.
53-42, 3 minutes to go.
Somebody got a hand on that, and he bobbled it, and he still was able to kiss it off the glass for that bucket.
That's a tough shot.
That is a tough shot.
And timeout, Spring Valley. We have a full 60-second timeout. Shout out to Grandma Cindy and Grandpa Donnie Jensen. Live about 5 minutes away from here, watching the game. So love you guys. Hope you guys are having fun listening. Well, just under 3 minutes to go, 53-42. Spring Valley in charge right now with that 11-point lead. Looks like the next foul for on the Wolves will be bonus for Spring Valley. Spring Valley has 5 team fouls, and Wolves will be in the bonus after 2 more.
Well, I'll tell you, Dan, looking at the box score, Borgarding's leading the Cardinals with 16. Stengel's got 15. Connor Ducklow's got 11. That's some good balance right there that, can certainly explain why the Cardinals are up by 11 points.
We were missing that in the second half, or the first half. It was just Borgarding leading the way with 8. And it's just nice to get balanced scoring so he doesn't feel like he needs to do everything to keep the team in the game. That's a great team right there to pick up Aaron Borgarding from having to score that many points to keep the guys in the game.
Luke Webb's leading the Wolves with 16 points, and he's definitely been the key player for EPC in the whole game. Nobody else has had an impact like he has.
It's tough to guard a team when you have multiple scorers that could score at any given time. And speaking of, there's Borgarding through the lane. Great pass by Bowman, the bucket, and it's good.
Drawing the foul on Webb. That's Webb's second of the game. It was a great look. Borgarding just streaking down the lane like that.
Borgarding, free throw on the way, no good. You got to figure Coach Bossart drew up a play for something like that. Spread the floor, get a nice cut to the lane and a bucket. Phillips picked the ball up again. Glompy dribble drive with the left. Great move, but no good. Ducklow with the rebound to Bowman, and Valley's going to be content to walk it up. 55-42, 2:20 to go in the second half. Bowman out top, Whipple guarding. Bowman picks up his dribble to Ducklow. To Bauer up top. Borgerding. Stengel. And the Valley's just going to try and hold the Wolves from seeing the ball again on offense. 1:50 to go. Let's see if Elmwood-Plum City starts to pick up the pressure here and try and force a turnover or commit a foul.
Well, you could hear Coach Bossart calling for space.
Nice look, and misses the shot. We have 2 free throws, though. Finally broke down the Elmwood-Plum City defense, and nice dish by Borgerding to Ducklow. Ducklow's first one on the way, good.
That foul is on Dane Whipple. That's his second, team 8th.
Tyler Bauer back in the game for Bart's. Ducklow's second on the way. Good. 57-42, 15-point lead for the Valley Cardinals. Webb, left side dribble drive, right hand, and a travel. That's one of those calls, Ron, you got a jump stop, both feet have to land. And that time it did not. Full court pressure by the Wolves. Spring Valley trying to get it in. And almost. And it was. Turnover. Elmwood-Plum City turns the ball. Spring Valley turns the ball over because of the pressure. Glompy will take the ball underneath the basket. Wolves looking to get the ball in to Bauer for the layup. 57-44, 13-point game. Just over a minute to go. Ducklow comes back to get the ball. Borgerding slow jog up the court. Bauer trying to play a little bit of defense here up top. Borgerding gives it up to Bowman. Bowman with Whipple on him. Stengel. Borgerding with Bauer on him. Starting to put a little more pressure. There's that foul.
It's a reach foul on Bauer. That's his 4th. Team 9th.
57-44. Spring Valley with the lead, just under a minute to go. Aaron Borgerding at the line to shoot 2. Short on the first. Tipped by Stengel, and a save by Borgerding. Heads up play. And Stengel to Bauer. They're going to run the clock out here if they can. Handoff to Stengel up top to Borgerding. Gansluckner guarding him up top. Bauer with the ball. Guarding by Bauer, and a foul. Bauer guarded by Bauer and fouled by Bauer.
And that's going to be his 5th. He's going to exit the game with 35 seconds left, and the Cardinals leading by 13, putting Mike Bauer to the line, shooting 2.
Phillips back in for the Wolves, and Hartung back in for the Wolves. Tenth team foul for the Wolves, so Michael Bauer will be at the line to shoot 2. Off the mark with the first one. Now Phillips comes in for Gansluckner. Bauer to shoot his second one here shortly. Second one's good.
Believe it or not, Dan, that's Mike Bauer's first point of the game.
Really, I'll tell you what, he's been a master of deflection so far in the game, and caused a lot of problems for Gillis in the post. So between him and Ducklow, they did a really nice job on Gillis.
Bauer definitely strives on playing defense, and you don't see it very often, but he just gets the job done in there.
You bet. 7 seconds to go in the game. This will end it. Final score, 58-44. Spring Valley Cardinals over the Elmwood-Plum City Wolves. That is the third win in 3 games this week, all at home. You got to love it when the Spring Valley Cardinals win at home when they're supposed to.
Hey, they're undefeated in the year 2020.
Hey, I like what you're saying, Ron. I like what you're saying. Last quick shout out here to Jaden, Casey, Lydia, and the Hannock family. I'm missing one. Jake, that's it. I lost track. Jake Hannock. Good luck to the 5th grade and 6th grade middle school boys teams this weekend. They have their first tournament games of the season.
And Dan, we should send a shout out to Brady Bednarik, who's home with the flu tonight.
I didn't realize that.
Cardinals were missing him on the bench tonight. I'm sure he would have gotten in, seen plenty of action in there as well.
Well, Brady, we missed you, and we can't wait to get you back Monday.
Hopefully you're feeling better soon, buddy.
Well, that finishes it up for tonight. Once again, Spring Valley, the final 58-44 over the Elmwood-Plum City Wolves. Thanks for joining us. I'm Dan Stashik.
I'm Ron Cipriano.
And we'll see you guys again. Have a great night. Oh, my God. That's